Okay, buckle up. This is a true story of how poorly a company handled a very difficult and negative manager. So I'm going to change the names. It's a true story. But Ted is the person I coach, and Ted is a middle manager. And Ted has a colleague who is his equal, who is another middle manager with a team of her own. I'm just going to call her Sally. So Ted starts to notice from being now in the same department as Sally that Sally's very aggressive, she's very negative, she's very belittling and demeaning. She talks down to people and she does it in front of customers. So Ted has noticed the customers complaining and that the staff is very uncomfortable and unhappy. So Ted takes step one, which is the right thing to do. And he says to the colleague privately, listen, I've noticed maybe you've just been very stressed lately, but you're being really short with the staff and you're doing that in front of the customers. And I don't think that's a great thing to do. So is there anything I can do to help? Sally now tells off Ted and says, mind your own business. It's not your problem. Everybody needs to suck it up. Basically, get away from me. So now Ted goes to his boss, his manager, and tells what happened. And the manager says, yeah, I know we've gotten a lot of complaints, but you know how Sally is, and Sally knows everybody. So can you just ignore it? Tell your team to ignore it. You know, they're just going to have to kind of deal with it. There's not much we can do. Okay. 2 weeks goes by. It's not getting any better. So Ted now decides he's going to go to HR. So he puts in a complaint at HR. HR says, yes, between me and you, there have been other complaints. We are looking into this right now. Ted says, okay, I know you can't tell me what you're doing, but I'm happy something's going to be done about it. And knowing how procedures work, within, a couple weeks, Ted should have been seeing a change. 3 more weeks goes by. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Nothing is being done. Nobody's monitoring it. Nobody's there watching. Nothing. So Ted now decides he is going to go above everybody and ask for a meeting with the head supervisor, who is a supervisor of all those middle managers. The supervisor says to Ted, hey, you know what? I appreciate you coming, but I just want you to know it's really not my job to do anything. It is your boss's job to handle that. So I'm just going to stay out of it. It's not something I have to do with. Sends Ted on his way. Here's what I said to Ted, who is at a loss for words, frustrated, loves his job, loves the people he works with, and he's so disappointed. I said, unfortunately, there are 2 messages that have now come from this scenario. Message number 1 is, we don't look after our people. We don't support them. We don't validate them. We don't protect them. We don't hold ourselves accountable for bad behavior and make sure that people are living up to the values of the company. That's message number 1. Message number 2, to the person acting like that, Sally, you can just go ahead and continue the bad behavior because there are 0 consequences when you do.